Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm herbalist Liosade. I help people who struggle with chronic conditions grow their health from the roots up. Today I wanted to speak about Lobelia inflata. It's a very important herb in the herbalist arsenal, but it also has long history of use here in North America. So Lobelia inflata. But before I start, let me just say that this video is only for educational purposes and is not meant to diagnose, heal, or treat any specific condition. Um, Lobelia inflata. So Lobelia is not a very impressive plant if you look at it growing in the garden. It has a very thin stem, a couple of green leaves, and a flower that is white or sometimes it's a little pinkish, but it's not very showy. It's not like you're going to bring somebody a bouquet of Lobelia, or you're going to plant it in your garden to create a beautiful garden. It's a very simple, humble plant, a weed. But it has a very long history of use um, by the Native American, but then by the Thomsonians in the 18th century and the eclectic in the 19th century. So it's really used a lot. The history of use was mostly for the chest, for asthma and bronchitis and having difficulty breathing because it's dilate the bronchi and really helpful for asthma and such, respiratory issue. But I wanted to talk um, about another aspect of Lobelia that is not talked about a lot about. So let's talk about Lobelia and the vagus nerve, because although it's not showy or impressive plant, if you pluck one of the leaves and chew on it, lo and behold, it is so bitter and it's acrid. It's bitter, very strong bitter, and it's acrid. And acrid tasting herbs, acrid is the taste that tastes like basically puke. And indeed, one of the names of Lobelia is pukeweed. Acrid is really stimulating the impulse to throw out. And if you eat too much Lobelia, you will actually vomit. Um, but in small amount, you just feel this nauseating feeling of wanting to puke. So you ask yourself, why would I want to take a herb that make me want to puke or feel that bad? So let me tell you, this feeling of wanting to puke actually stimulate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the herb that is the communication between the head and the torso, between the head, the brain, and the heart, the lungs, and the digestive system. And it is the rest, relax, and digest um, nerve. What it does, it communicate relaxation to those organs. So it reduce heart rate and contractibility, so blood pressure. It's increased breathing. You breathe deeply. It's open. It's dilate the bronchi, and it's increased digestive enzymes. So we are talking about better digestion, more bile, more acid reflux, absorbing more nutrients. So it's what is activated. The vagus nerve is the nerve that is activated in the relaxed, rest, and digest response. So it's the opposite of the stress response. What happens when you have a long time of stress, chronic stress, following a trauma, PTSD? You had a long time where the stress response was activated, but the vagus nerve, the rest and digest response, was suppressed. Over a long time, when you have a suppressed vagus nerve, the vagus nerve loses tone, and the receptors on the cells that are supposed to get the activation of the vagus nerves become deaf. So how the vagus nerve talk to the cells in the torso, in the heart, in the lungs, in the digestive system is through acetylcholine. It releases acetylcholine, and cells on those organs have receptors, and the acetylcholine bind and initiate those actions in the cells. But what happens after a long time of a trauma or a stress or an injury, first of all, the vagus nerve doesn't act properly. It's suppressed, it's inhibited, it's not activated. And then also the receptor of the cells are not able to hear or to kind of receive the communication from the acetylcholine. So we have two pathways that are not working well. One is the tone of the vagus nerve itself and its ability to transfer communication, and the other is the ability of the cells to actually receive those communication. And Lobelia is a torpor restorative for the vagus nerve. Now, it's not a torpor restorative in the sense that you take it for a long period of time, like other torpor restorative. You actually need to take Lobelia for a short period of time and in small amount because it is toxic. That is part of the reason why it works. But during that time that you take it, it normalizes a system that went out of whack, that is dysregulated. So it helps normalize the vagus nerve and return the body into a relax and digest and rest response. So it allows all those things to happen. So this is about Lobelia. It's a little bit warming, but not a lot. It's not like cayenne. It's slightly warming, very bitter, stimulating secretion. But it could be also a little bit, yeah, mostly stimulating secretion and toning, increasing tone in tissue. Lobelia inflata. I hope you enjoyed this video. You found it beneficial. Thank you for listening so far. If you want to learn more about Lobelia or you have specific condition that you would like my advice, you can contact me at www.threefoldherbalhealing.com/consult and book a free tea time with me. 20 minutes tea time with me is free. We can chat and find if I can be the help that you are looking for. So, and if you have any questions, leave them on the comment. I am there to help. Have a good day. See you next month in August. Bye.